talking about being productive, and that's what you be doing. You know how you make your stuff.
We see discipline as a high price, and we don't see discipline properly. Discipline is
learn how to build
the weight that you must bear now,
right,
in order to live a life with no weight later. I'm gonna say it like this: discipline is the weight that you must bear now if you don't want to carry the ton load of resentment, regret. What do you mean? What do you mean? I remember back then I should have just licked it. And I should not have ate it. I shouldn't have went there. I should have, just really disciplined myself.
Yes.
Now, here it is, they call me for the part, and I'm 25 pounds too big.
Right. Not prepared.
And now you're weighted with regret. And now it's working on your mind. But don't you go to rebuking demons? You did that. You should have disciplined yourself way back then.
Shoulda, woulda, don't work.
So now when opportunity presents itself, you read it.
Right.
Somebody in here, God got me talking to you. And I don't think you to turn to your neighbor and say, God said, get ready for where you want to go.
God said, get ready for where you want to go.
And quit sitting back thinking, God's going to do it.
That's right. Got to move.
That's not how Jesus operates.
Say that of her.
Jesus is the helper. He's not the doer. As it relates to your goals, as it relates to your dreams, you start doing what you're supposed to do, and He helps you. I need the Lord to do it. And the Lord can do it. He's willing and He's able. But God is not in the same business that your parents have been in your life. He's not in the business of putting, secret stuff and great stuff in the hands of children, dumb children, bastards. No. You got to be prepared for it. So I know that sounds a little harsh, but I just want to shake you up out of this comatose state. That's the whole purpose of coming to church. That's why we come here. Not for show, but we come in here for elevation, for life change. There's a scripture in Habakkuk, and we've been reading it over and over. It's the second chapter, verses 2 through 3. And you don't have to put it there. But basically what God was telling one of the prophets to do, He said, I want you to write out vision. I want you to write down and engrave and write it clearly where people can understand. But when they read this, they get it. And that's really what I'm trying to do as I'm standing here. I want you to get it. I want you to really be so programmed with this thought that I'm created for a purpose and that I must quit bumping my head around in between, one bad choice after the next bad choice, and really find out why am I here, and then from that place have a vision for my life. Because vision comes out of purpose. You have to know what is purpose. Purpose is basically this. It's knowing what is the reason why I exist. There has to be a reason that is bigger than what I've been thinking on. Let me say this. I was getting ready in the shower, and I heard the Lord clearly start talking to me concerning certain members, and one of the first one was my sister.
He's like me.
And I told
the bathroom.
her
In the shower.
And I told her, I said,
is my Bible? That one of them Bibles.
Remember what you were born to. You were born into the praise of the God. Anything that steals your time away from practice and from doing things it's a satanic on track. I don't care how much money I'm going to make one. But you get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I'm a student. Oh, and then the second one, Dr. was up there. Because that's a great job. Great. But God just makes you tell him that preparation to focus on his business. Mm-hmm. Oh, do you know what I'm saying? So somebody else says, now how in the world you can tell me I'm going to go for making $80,000 on a job for sure, and then you deal with a business the way I got to build from the ground up? It don't make no sense to it. You said the word. You cannot let money and prestige and recognition distract you. The power of that position in that God, you distract it from what is a part of your purpose. You know what? I'm running to more people now who have left jobs. I'm talking about people. They don't all of what we think we are. And leave hundreds of thousands of dollars a year and then in 20 years. And after losing houses cost to go do something that fulfills them and is part of their purpose. Quit lying. $1. You're not looking for your purpose. You're looking for happiness,
security.
belonging. You're not looking. So listen, if you're going to find purpose, how do I find my purpose? How do I find my purpose? Well, there are many natural ways. I can look at the things you like, the things you dislike, the things you like to fit, and the things that you don't care about to find out your purpose. But along the side of that, in a kingdom sense, you must also connect with God. How do I connect with God? Your first prayer time is prophet. This is my dream world. Right? Usually hear that. Write down your dreams that you had about where you're going in your future. You and your wife, you and your child, or your child. Then I want you to write down the things you like, the things you dislike, the things you're drawn to. I mean, just naturally, what you like to do. And it's those things, if you start seeing a pattern of service. What I like is all about fixing something for somebody else and bringing what somebody else needs to them. You just found the purpose of God, because the purpose of God is wrapped up in you meeting somebody else's needs. It's never tied up in you just getting your Lexus. You just found the pride of life that is in you. And what the Bible tells us about that? That the lust of the eye, pride of life, and worldly lust of the flesh. And it always works there. And it pushes you away from God. Okay? And out of purpose comes vision. Let me say this. I was in an interview. I think it was with, I can't remember. But I think the guy that just won the end of the Gospel Announcer of the Year, the Phil Awards, if he's Jerry him. Cedric Bailey, and he was interviewing me. He said, I can't remember, somebody. There's so many interviews every day, I don't know what. But somebody was asking me, why do you want, I don't remember who it was, why do you want to achieve, no, it was Tamika, that last girl on the blog.
Right, there, but
okay, she got a show, and she was interviewing me. She said, what goals do you have? I said, quickly. I said, I want this CD or the single better than ever. I wanted to hit the high charts, and I want to win a seller for one of my videos. I want a seller for my music, and then I want a Grammy. And she was like, wow, nobody's that honest. I said, well, I want to be the best.
Yeah.
And then she said, well, why? Listen to this. And that's whenever I give this shock to everybody. And this is the honest truth. This ain't made up. This is the truth out of my life. It matters. Supposed to be know this is how I feel. When it comes to preaching, ministry, singing and stuff, I don't think about money. Yes. Come on, now let me say something. That's right. Do what other folks churches do when the pastor, and they got bad pastors. Y'all think y'all act like this?
I'm screaming. Amen.
Some churches where they ain't got no word going on, but they loud and the silent. Can we start doing that? I would love to. I like to go preach there sometimes. It makes me feel like I'm preaching good or saying something that's wonderful. Can y'all do that? Don't say it look deep, because I know y'all ain't. There's no a whole lot, but you ain't doing a lot. You know about prayer, you anointed and everything, but you're not doing much. So let's go ahead and sing all that religious stuff on how you hold yourself.
Yeah, get real, honey.
And respond to me. When it comes to preaching, when it comes to music, I ain't about no dollar. Y'all be the loudest, because you know, because you always telling me, Dr. Reid, how we going to do this? I said, what the Lord say? Dr. Reid, that's a lot of money. Oh, okay. I don't care about the money. All the time I care about money is when it's time to go do something. I said, we got to do money. And it can wipe everything out. I said, is it paid here? He said, yeah. I said, good. So, but what we going to eat? My wife said something to me. I know she's watching. She's in Louisiana. She's almost home.
Amen.
There's some difficulties, but I'm speaking by faith.
Yes, God's going to do it. Hallelujah.
Go find out what's wrong. So I said, go in there. And she found out they was held up somewhere because of mistakes. She had to go back. All kind of stuff. The enemy's tricky. Lisa said she came home the last time she was home, and I have a credit card, and I make the payments on it, and I do stuff to make her FICO score go up. And I've always done that. And so I said, well, she said, I don't want to use my bank account, my debit card at the airport, because every time it seems like somebody able to tap into my signal or something and get money out of my account, I have to get a new card. I said, yeah, those places, they sit up to really get into your signal, your cell phone signal, and really take your bank account, this kind of stuff. And I said, but a credit card will protect you. I said, use a credit card on the internet, use a credit card when you travel and shop. I said, use your credit card. So I don't have one to leave this to. I said, I got it. And so I handed it to her. She said, you don't want to do that. So what you mean? I don't need no credit card. And I started laughing because I knew what she was saying. She was saying, and this is from another conversation we had. She said, if the bill is due and I want to go do what I want to do, well, I'm going to find a way to pay the bill, but I might move it over here because I'm going to go do what I want to do. I want to have a good time. And I told her for my birthday, after everybody gave different stuff, because they didn't do it here, but people just gave me stuff, I had probably $1,800 or $2,200. And the bills weren't paid, so I took all $2,200 and put it in our account and paid the bill. She said, what? I said, yeah. She said, I sent you $500 for your birthday. I said, yeah, I paid the bill.
Thank you for the money, Holly.
Well, what you gonna do? I said, I'm happy. The bills are paid. She said, you mean tell me you get happy if the bills are paid? I said, yes. She said, not me. I don't care if it take every dime. To do what we have to do, what we're trying to do and aspiring to do. Take every dime, let's do it. Because it has to be done.
Right, exactly. At the end of the day.
I'm not talking about something that I want to do. I'm talking about something that God is saying, do
it.
So we're going to really have to get out of that mode of living a comfortable life and make sacrifices and adjustments that will get us what we're dreaming about in our hands. Because so when you find out your purpose, out of that place of purpose comes vision. And your vision should always be centered around servicing the needs of somebody else, meeting the needs of somebody else. It's not about me. Yes, you may end up with money. Yes, you may end up with a nice house, a nice car, but it don't have nothing to do with purpose and decision. It's just the offspring of you serving somebody else's needs. The car shouldn't be your goal. Helping somebody should be your goal. And so I told them when they said, now, what's the reason why you want the Grammy? What's the reason why you want the Stellar? I said, because it gives me a platform. So what you mean? Before we hit the top 40 on the Billboard, and we were down there in the 170s, there were certain stations that wouldn't even interview me or play my music because you're not relevant.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the music was just as good when it was at 412. Mm-hmm. But the count started at 500, then this is the top 300. It was just as good at 412 as it was in the 40s.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't until I got in the 40s that paid me attention.
Right.
So, that's why you got to be good at what you do and seek to have merit. That's why I want it. So I can say, yeah, I've already won the Stellar. I won the Grammy. Now listen to what I'm saying.
Yes.
That should be the thing that's driving you.
Man.
They tell me, oh, Michelle, what you say she meant about the New Hill? Flight attendant. Okay. It's not about seeing the country and flying cheap. Hill been working for American Airlines over a year, and how many vacations you been on? Not one. Because anything God gives you, it's not about. There's come a time when He can do that. But He knew when God gave me this job, Dr. Reid gonna be sending me places to do stuff that He would have to pay a lot of money to do, and God knows. He done been flying everywhere and saving us money. What would cost $300 to ship, He gonna get it for $30.
Mm.
But I know that's Misha, listen, bother your uncle now, because you got that job, ain't another reason you're going to lose it. Why you smiling, Joe, that? Oh. So, okay. She'll love when I get somebody outside him. That was getting her. I was giving her advice. Because it's the truth. You will lose it. It's true. I'm going to tell you what the truth is. I remember just as good when I didn't have no vehicle. This is before I got married. Because then when I got married, I had another situation where I didn't have a vehicle, but I'm talking about this one. I didn't have a vehicle. And when I would get one, it seemed like I wouldn't stay afloat for about a month or two. You know why? Because when I got my vehicle, I went to do things. My vehicle was about me going where I wanted to go, when I wanted to go, to do what I wanted to do.
That's true.
Now, I went to church and picked up some folks too. Mm-hmm. But ultimately, I was glad I was able to go when I was ready to go. Mm-hmm. And I lost it. When you really love God, God will make sure that you are what you need to be before you get what He's trying to put in your hand.
Yeah.
And I know it may not feel good.
Okay, I'll get it.
Discipline now. Therefore, you to get all of what God said and up there and enjoy it, and then bam, lose it all.
Jesus.
People can't take that. That's why they shoot up places.
Mm.
All their money gone. It's the truth.
Mm-hmm.
You can't take that. You go from being able to swipe your black card to where you don't have no money to feed your children.
Mm.
You better walk with God through this process.
Yes.
Tell Him yes and obey Him.
That's right.
Because you go to a place where you have to belong in. But what's real cheap? You can get cheap. Noodles. Mm-hmm. Ramen noodles. Then God bless you. You talk about, I was eating ramen noodles, and God brought me out. And you talk about it so much, pride rise up. Mm-hmm. And before you know it, you back on ramen
noodles. Mm-hmm. Tight, but it's right, honey. Yes.
I'm telling you what I know.
That's the truth.
This here is the truth.
Yes.
You cannot pay attention you want to.
Mm-hmm.
You need to learn from lessons.
That's right.
Some lessons from what you went through and make some changes.
Right. That's
so
it.
That you can go where God. what I tell y'all, God's agenda right now is what? To bless you and then to bless others.
Stop pulling on that.
You cannot be broke. It costs too much in the earth.
Right.
Because there are people that won't be blessed because you broke. God don't want that.
Do what God tell you to do.
You cannot afford to not have prosperity. So when the pastor says we need $1,000 right now, and you need to give 5, you give 10, that you're able to do it. You're not able to do it, the enemy has won. And it started with you wanting to stop at every store every day to get Whoppers.
Wow.
And get a nerd.
That's the truth.
Bible says little foxes is for the vine. And they're wasting money every single day. Then when it's time to call for the offering, that we can begin to
ain't got it.
level of distribution to Anderson, which is Walmart buyer.
You
can't do it.
Right.
You ate up the money.
Right. That's right.
When you start conquering your belly, I know you say. I know that's why God chose fasting. Let me tell you what I do to myself. Because I don't have a lot of money, but if I want to go eat somewhere, anywhere I can't go eat right now. I go home to eat.
That's right.
Just so I can train myself. Why you got to just because you can't get if y'all don't start doing that, then you will always be on this level for the rest of your life.
What did you want? Give it to us.
It's good for you to say, God help us, and you should. But when you say help, you need to say, I need help my own self. Because this is our stupidity. What in the world you think you're going to be able to get where you're trying to go and you acting the fool? What you doing is stupid.
Yeah. All of what it is.
What you trying to get. You mean to tell me you got a problem with the pastor telling you what to do, who you know saying they got your best interest? You certainly can't go and work in one of them Fortune 500 companies where they shooting stuff at you slow.
Okay.
Well, I don't understand. Can you make the text?
No, I ain't got time for that.
You get out of here.
Yeah. They ain't got time for that. Roll out.
Well, you just said it too fast. You need to look.
Get with the program.
With 5K, look. I got time. You slowing things down.
Right.
There's somebody in here too slow. Honestly. And you got to start picking up stuff quicker.
That's right.
I was doing praise and worship, and one of the singers, I just said out of my mouth what you're supposed to do. And then said, but what? And asked me the question of what I just said. And then I had to do it twice. I said, you need to reboot.
Yeah.
Because you're
watch YouTube.
Slow. You have to how many of you got, okay, Lotte has a good job, Theo has a good job. Is there any room for moving slow? What would the boss say if he told you, okay, deadline is tomorrow? I know some of you got good jobs. I don't know all you business.
Gotta go. You either get it or gotta go.
Okay, I know American Airlines have great benefits. They don't make a whole bunch of money, but great benefits. You have to know what? Every airport code in every state by heart.
Wow.
That question? I think God just gave it to you. You just got American Airlines. You don't know you had to work or get fired. Not just in the U.S. Because to get to a level, you got to know the other countries.
Wow.
And see, in what I'm doing now, I have to know WBBP methods. I have to know who the programmer is.
Wow.
I have to know SGN, Atlanta, Morgan Dukes, 10 to 2. And the call letters for the station. If you just want to sing, you too dumb to do anything besides what you're doing. You got a memorization problem and you know it and won't fix it.
Won't fix it, that's right.
Things you can eat and things you can read that change your brain.
You are a teacher.
Keep talking about where you want to go, get ready for it.
Yeah.
And let me say this, and I'm talking to my daughters. I got single daughters, and I love them, and they should know it. But I can't tell you all the time I'm marrying myself. I want you to be funny. Look, if you keep drawing the wrong man, You're the problem.
Check yourself, yes.
She put that on nobody else. But the man
I just said that's the booger.
Lies.
I just said it's the booger. Drawing the wrong man. Check yourself.
If a good man came to you right now,